Hello everyone, I am Wakab, the guy who makes Ultra Fast Pony, and this is the first episode of the director's commentary for the thing that I just said. Now, I've never done a director's commentary before, or even seen a director's commentary before. I've seen like little 5-second clips of stuff people posted, so this is going to be very new to me, so I don't know what you're expecting, but it's not that. I believe this will be closer to a react video than an actual director's commentary, especially with the earlier one, since I don't really remember most of the earlier Ultra Fast Ponies. I don't really go back and watch them all that much, unless, you know, I need to find out some information for a new episode that I'm making, because I want to see what I did in Anyway, enough of that. So the first episode, and we will be doing, is Ultra Fast Pony Episode 1, The Canon Has Misfired. I will be doing these in order of upload and episode order, so it's not that this episode got the most or the least votes in the voting poll, it's just the first episode, so that's what we will be going with. So with that out of the way, I will play the video, and here's the director's commentary for Ultra Fast Pony Episode 1, The Canon Has Misfired.
Ultra Fast Pony.
God, she sounds so different back then.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, and the popping.
According to this,
oh, the popping microphone.
The world is going to end soon.
Wow.
I think that might be bad.
Good intro, though. Good intro. That's probably the best intro I've ever done.
Such a good
Maybe. I don't know.
I was reading that book. Imagine if I was reading any other book in the world. Such a good thing I just happened decided to read that book.
I was at that point. I decided we're not going to do redos of lines. We're just going to stick with what we've got.
Tea party. I'm going to Ponyville to save the world.
Popping.
And everyone will love me.
I fixed that popping by episode 3.
It could get ugly
which is
down
good.
There. Did a book called The Elements of Harmony show up in the mail?
Her voice has changed a lot through the years as well. She sounds a lot different in this episode than she does. I don't know when exactly she changed. Haha, funny joke react images.
I am so sorry about your book, my master.
He sounds a lot more German back then.
Why is
still a bad German accent, Spike is, but
I am a failure. Pony,
it's better.
Go to the library and prepare
he actually got worse through the years.
I require the feast.
But also better.
Brew. This farm smells like pony droppings.
And that's where I thought
when I bury you under it.
Quality editing, because I forgot they don't actually really have a conversation in that episode when I recorded, and I don't go back and re-record if I get something wrong. I just find a way to make it work.
That there pony's our leader, Granny Smith.
Applejack sounded different as well. Well, everyone. Big Mac didn't sound different, I guess. Applejack sounds very different.
Are you like the mob?
Yeah, so she's very inspired by the Irish mobs from like films like Snatch, Death to Smoochie. That was the main inspiration for Applejack.
Out of my way. Damn it! I totally ruined your hair, and I'm not even going to apologize. Truly, yours
is the most evil of
evils in all of Equestria.
Her voice has more clarity Rainbow Dash has.
But secretly,
I can actually understand her. I can't understand her in some of my later episodes.
Loser. Spike, we have a new mission. I am going to take that pony down.
That was bad.
But what about the ends of the world? Oh, you bet I'm going to end her world. You there, simpleton. Tell me about the pony whose name is probably Rainbow Dash. I require her deepest
That's when I realized I hadn't named any of the ponies yet. I just assumed people knew their names.
Oh, mate, you look like roadkill. Screw you, I'm fabulous. Fashion montage.
Hey, she's the montage master.
Do you have anything good for stealth missions?
That was never going to be a trait for her. It just ended up being a trait for her.
Is that a gimp suit? It might be.
Oh man, episode 1.
I'll take that as a no. I'm going to need a
good ideas.
If I want revenge.
Not the best execution. That's how I'd put this.
Rainbow Dash is my friend. Damn it. You can
call me she sounds different.
I'm so shy.
Everyone sounds different.
Snoop Dogg. Get out.
Now, for some reason, I just thought it would be funny if she shouted out the names of random black people. I don't know why. She doesn't do that as much later episodes.
111th birthday, I tell you, dear. Going to bed.
Pinkie Pie, I think, my version of Pinkie Pie is the first New Zealander I've ever seen in an abridged episode.
No.
I love that part though. I love that. No, that's the best part of the episode. Her no. It's just something about that that's good.
Again, especially after my last operation was found dead in that river. We may never know how he got there.
I live in Australia. India's close to Australia. That's where the influence came from.
No, wait.
I know a few Indian people.
No. What is that?
That's an in-joke.
Damn it, I knew I forgot
No one's gonna get that. No.
Why didn't Spike remind me? I will ruin you all. Oh no, it's Sauron. Like, no, MC,
yeah, she likes Lord of the Rings, guys. I hate that. Did you get that? Did you get that she likes Lord of the Rings?
After 1,000 years. Night Moon Mare. What do you want, you villain?
That was good. I did like
from
that.
Your flesh. I think she's evil. She's evil, right, bro? No, yeah, she am sure. Sand.
Good one,
Stop
Fluttershy.
saying sand. Balls to you, I'll say what I want. I can kill you all now.
To you. I love saying
run
that.
Away. Don't worry, I have a plan. Damn it!
And I love this song. I think it suits Ultra Fast Pony. I just jerk it out.
Sand.
Good ending clip. Great. Very, very good. Glad I ended with that. If you're wondering about the sand, hey, I just like saying sand. I was like, what if there was a person whose sole characteristic was that they say sand all the time? And that's where that came from. Her sole purpose was to be a catchphrase. And I made Luna have the catchphrase because I knew she wouldn't stick around. So it's like, oh, this won't get old and boring, so it'll be fixed later on. But then she ended up coming back anyway. I think, when did I start making Ultra Fast Pony? I think after Season 2 had finished, I decided to make it. The whole reason I made Ultra Fast Pony, I looked at all the other abridged. You got your Friendship is Witchcraft, your Mentally Advanced. And I thought, these are good, and I liked them both. Because I insult them a lot, some people might assume that I don't like them. I do like them. Like, Witchcraft is very hit and miss. There's a couple bad episodes, but a couple really good episodes. Mentally Advanced is probably still the best one out there. It had 5 very boring episodes at the start, then suddenly just went, whoa, this is amazing now. But I felt like when I was watching them that I liked them because I knew the show. And I wondered if people who didn't like My Little Pony, how would they like a My Little Pony abridged series? How would they like these series? So the concept was that anyone, whether you hated or loved or didn't care at all about My Little Pony, would be able to watch it. That's what I was going for. I definitely didn't achieve that in the first episode. The forgetting to name the characters was a big thing. If you didn't know who the characters were, then I certainly didn't help you out. Luckily, I fixed that in episode 2. I paid attention to that, fixed all that up. The popping of the microphone, yes, so it was very early. I didn't know how to make it. I literally made this in a day. I had the day off. I thought, you know what? I've had this idea of making a pony abridged series, so let's get that out of the way. That episode wasn't really long enough to give a whole commentary. So I'm gonna keep talking for a bit now. If you're bored, feel free to go. If you're watching, then feel free to do something else while you're listening. Podcast this or whatever. Their voices certainly changed. Twilight's voice, definitely. I had a lot of trouble getting that Twilight voice. The voice that I gave her is the one I always wanted her to have. I just wasn't able to do it. So it took a lot of practice, and I actually recorded... Actually, I did go back and unrecord stuff, because I remember I recorded a couple lines of her with a voice that sounded like this. I remember this is Twilight's original voice. I'm Twilight Sparkle. Spike, we have to get the elements of harmony. And I did that because it was a voice I could do, and I just couldn't do Twilight's voice that I wanted her to have. But it just was a bad voice. It doesn't suit Ultra Fast Pony at all. I don't regret not using that at all. I'm glad I just kept practicing it, and eventually I came up with a voice that sounded like this. And that's a bit more forced out. Nowadays, Twilight's voice sounds more like this. So in the more recent episodes, she's got a lot more of a breathy quality to her voice. The other one, not as much. It's a lot more forced. Who else changed? Applejack used to be a bit more like this. But now, she's a bit more breathy too. Everyone got a little bit more breathy. Rainbow Dash didn't change too much. Like, here's how I do Rainbow Dash now. And like, it's a little bit clearer in the earlier episodes. So she didn't change too much. Pinkie Pie hasn't changed at all. She is still a New Zealander brew. Yeah, because I've mentioned this while the commentary is going. There hasn't been, I don't think, a New Zealander in any abridged series yet. No, not any that I know of. There's a bajillion abridged series, so I haven't obviously watched them all. I just wanted to make one. And the reason I made her a fan of Lord of the Rings is because that's all they've got. It was either that or I make her someone who has sex with sheep. Those are the two things that New Zealand are known for. Well, the sex with sheep thing is more of a thing that we Australians say about them to insult them. It's only maybe half true. But yeah, I feel like I tried to force too much character traits into the into that first episode. Fluttershy, I had the idea that she was a black person. She had named black people because I was racist, even more racist back then. And I feel like I forced that too much. Same with Pinkie Pie. I forced that Lord of the Rings too much. Rarity with a gimp thing. Actually, that wasn't as forced because that was the only mention of it in the episode. It wasn't the right episode to do that. It should have come naturally in a later episode, I think. I'm happy with how Applejack was introduced. I think her introduction made sense. Her character traits made sense. Did I forget anyone? Not of the main six, no. Oh, Spike. He's not the main six, but yeah. The inspiration for Spike was Igor from the, Frankenstein. Yes, my master. I just didn't want him to sound like that because that was a little too on the nose. And I do have some sense of subtlety. Not much, but I have some. And in the first episodes, he seemed to sound like this. But nowadays, he's a bit more higher pitched, I think. Which is, yeah. I just changed. The reason the voices change is because a lot of them hurt to do. Well, especially Fluttershy. Her voice, I just had a lot of trouble. The inspiration for her voice actually comes from, if you've ever seen Left for Speed 2, the Oni cartoon, Coach. I was trying to emulate that. That's where that came from. I don't know if I got that down. Well, I didn't get that down, but I got as close to it as I could. A lot of people say Fluttershy reminds them of What's Their Faces from Conker's Bad Fur Day, the garden tool sheds. And I have played Conker's Bad Fur Day. I definitely see where they're coming from, though that in particular wasn't the actual inspiration, but I can see why people would think that it was. And yeah, the other character we introduced was Maya, who's just an Indian, so... The Indians talk like this, don't you know? And no was just a funny thing we used to say back in the day. So no one else will get that. It was just something I added in for myself. And that's her catchphrase now. I like Maya. You don't see too many Indians in a bridge series either. In fact, I don't know of any other Australians that make a bridge series. I just assume everyone on the internet is American until proven otherwise. Anyway, that was the director's commentary for episode 1. It was terrible, but I'm glad you liked it. So, in regards to the other episodes coming up, I'm going to be doing 20 episodes, I believe, in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. Well, technically... Okay, so I'm going to be doing 19 episodes, technically, plus the movie, which is basically an episode anyway. So yeah, in regards to the voting, there were, I think, 17 clear episodes that had the most votes. Then it got a little bit really close between the final episodes. I wanted to make it a nice round number, so I chose 3 from those sections. And I also tried to keep it an even amount for each season. So we've had episode 1. If you want to hear what the next 19 episodes are going to be, then keep listening. If you don't want spoilers, because, I don't know, then stop listening. So next episode is going to be Ultra Fast Pony episode 19, the David Bowie drinking game. Then we've got 24, Edgar Allan Poe. Episode 26, the longest episode. 27, the Penny and Clyde show. 33, the Pet Games. 51, the longest engagement. And 52, the longest wedding. Episode 55 is I Am Pinky. Episode 57 as well, Stranger Than Fan Fiction. Episode 63, Ponyville Noir. Episode 64, The Hip Hop Happening. Episode 65, The Longest Recap. Then, after that, excuse me, we have episode 71, Saturday Morning Ponies. Then we've got episode 83, More for Your Money. Episode 84, Sweetie Dreams. Episode 87, What is the Deal? Episode 90, The Longest What Now? And episode 91, The Longest Battle. And finally, the last one I do will be Ultra Fast Pony, the movie-ning. I'll explain that when I get there. But yeah, those are the episodes. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know you probably weren't expecting a director's commentary for episode 1 to go for longer than 15 minutes, but hey, there it is. I got all the explanations out of the way for this episode, so the next episode will probably be a bit more of a concise thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, or if you didn't watch it, then, I don't know, you wouldn't be listening to this either anyway, so, screw it. Bye.